The Reformer by John Greenleaf. Whittier, all grim and soiled and brown with tan. I saw a strong one, in his wrath, smiting the godless shrines of man along his path. The church, beneath her trembling dome, essayed in vain her ghostly charm. Wealth shook within his gilded home with strange alarm. Fraud from his secret chambers fled before the sunlight bursting in. Sloth drew her pillow o'er her head to drown the din. Spare, art implored, yon holy pile. That grand, old, time-worn turret spare. Meek Reverence, kneeling in the aisle, cried out, Forbear. Grey-bearded use, who, deaf and blind, groped for his old accustomed stone, leaned on his staff, and wept to find his seat o'erthrown. Young Romance raised his dreamy eyes, o'erhung with paly locks of gold. Why smite, he asked in sad surprise, the fair, the old? Yet louder rang the strong one's stroke, yet nearer flashed his axe's gleam. Shuddering and sick of heart I woke, as from a dream. I looked. Aside the dust cloud rolled, the waster seemed. The builder too. Upspringing from the ruined old I saw the new. T was but the ruin of the bad, the wasting of the wrong and ill. Whittier of good the old time had was living still. Calm grew the brows of him I feared. The frown which awed me passed away, and left behind a smile which cheered like breaking day. The grain grew green. On battle plains, o'er swarded war mounds grazed the cow. The slave stood forging from his chains the spade and plough. Where frowned the fort, pavilions gay and cottage windows, flower entwined, looked out upon the peaceful bay and hills behind. Through vine-wreathed cups with wine once red, the lights on brimming crystal fell, drawn, sparkling, from the rivulet head and mossy well. Through prison walls, like heaven-sent hope, fresh breezes blew, and sunbeams strayed, and with the idle gallows rope the young child played. Where the doomed victim in his cell had counted o'er the weary hours, glad schoolgirls, answering to the bell, came crowed with flowers. Grown, wiser for the lesson given, I fear no longer, for I know that, where the share is deepest driven, the best fruits grow. The outworn right, the old abuse, the pious fraud transparent grown, the good held captive in the use of wrong alone, these wait their doom, from that great law which makes the past time serve today, and fresher life. The world shall draw from their decay. Oh, backward-looking son of time, the new is old, the old is new, the cycle of a change sublime still sweeping through. So wisely taught the Indian seer, destroying Siva, forming Brahm, who wake by turns earth's love and fear, are one, the same. Idly as thou, in that old day thou mournest, did thy sire repine. So, in his time, thy child grown grey shall sigh for thine. But life shall on and upward go. Eternal step of progress beats to that great anthem, calm and slow, which God repeats. Take heart, the waster builds again, a charmed life old goodness hath. The tares may perish, but the grain is not for death. God works in all things. All obey his first propulsion from the night. Wake thou and watch. The world is grey with morning light.